Hi, I'm Julia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest, Juno, my cat, joining us. And today I'm going to talk about part 2 of how I realized that I'm a lesbian. Oh, Juno left. I went to UBC in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. I started September 2nd, 2017, and on my first day of school, I met this girl who was on exchange. We're gonna call her Anna for the sake of this video. And I immediately thought that Anna had this very magnetic energy. I thought she was so cool. She was a year older than I am. And yeah, I just thought Anna was awesome. Anna was also on exchange from a place that I'd never traveled to. And I thought Anna was just amazing, and we became friends very quickly. We became close friends very quickly. I asked Anna to travel from Vancouver to Ottawa for Thanksgiving less than a week after we had known each other. I just thought she was so cool, so amazing. She couldn't make that flight, so she decided to visit my family for New Year's Eve. So during the school semester, the first semester, we keep hanging out. We spend almost all our time together. When we're not in class, we're studying together, we're talking on the phone. And yeah, I just think she's so amazing. I really want to be she becomes my best friend very quickly, and I just really want to be her best friend, and I always want to be around her and just be in her orbit. Then in November, my mom comes to town and we go out for dinner, and at the same time Anna is going out for coffee with someone that we knew who was openly gay. So I come back from the dinner with my mom, and as always I go to Anna's room, and Anna says, "Can you close the door?" And I say sure, and so I close the door. And then Anna said, I accidentally went on a date with that girl. I said, okay. And then Anna said, I wouldn't be opposed to going on dates with girls. I said, okay. And then Anna said, I think I might be bisexual. And I was like, oh, that's totally, cool, that's totally fine. And then Anna came from a very religious background, and Anna said, will God still love me? And that broke my heart. I didn't know what to say, and I was like, of course, you're such a great person, your sexuality does not define who you are. Also, there's nothing wrong with being bisexual or being gay. And so that I didn't come from a religious background, so I didn't have a difficult relationship with religion and sexuality. So I just was talking about it with Anna. We kept talking, and I left Anna's room, and it was I was struggling with my own sexuality, and keep in mind, I hadn't told anyone since the girl that I had a crush on in high school who reacted very badly, which I talked about in my last video. So I go back to Anna's room, and I said, wait, there's something I need to tell you too. I think I might be bisexual, because I felt I couldn't, Anna had just shared that, and I was like, oh, I have to say that I am experiencing the same thing. And so yeah, I come back, I tell Anna that I think I might be bisexual, and of course Anna reacts really well. And then that was mid-November, early November 2017. Then December 29th, I'm already in Ottawa. I finished my exams really early. I go back to Ottawa. December 29th, 2017, Anna comes to Ottawa. And keep in mind, I was 18 at this time, and Anna was 19. And Ottawa is very close to Quebec, and Quebec, the drinking age in Canada, is 18. So Anna and I go clubbing on December 29th, 2017, and I was so excited. She's older than me. I think she's so cool. We're super close friends. I obviously had a huge crush on her, and I didn't know at that point. Like I hadn't really connected the dots. So we go clubbing and we're just like, we couldn't, like, it felt like we kept, like, we were dancing with guys, we kept looking at each other. And so that was like a wild night. Then New Year's Eve, Anna and I go to the Nordic spa, and I made like a shorts on that. Like I went to the Nordic spa actually recently when I was visiting my family in Ottawa, and it's such a beautiful place. But anyway, Anna and I go to the Nordic spa on New Year's Eve, and I sprained my ankle in the steam room, the eucalyptus steam room, and it was entirely my fault. I was trying to be I was trying to impress Anna by just like, I was being silly. I was just trying to impress Anna by like how I could confidently walk down the steps in the steam room and very fast, and I like fell. It was not a good look. And so I sprained my ankle, so that means Anna and I couldn't go out clubbing New Year's Eve. So I was devastated. I was like, our New Year's Eve plans are ruined. Like I really wanted to impress her. But then one of my family friends invites us to a house party. And keep in mind, like, I had this New Year's Eve outfit planned. I could not wear, my mom was like, I'll let you go to this house party, but like, you're wearing what you're wearing right now, which was like leggings and a long sweater. And I was like, oh, like, and I could barely walk. Like I had to like lie down with like my leg elevated. And so I was not looking cute. And so we go to the house party, and at midnight, I was there with like my high school friends who are straight as well. And so at midnight, one of my high school friends kisses another high school friend, and I feel like left out, right? So I'm like, oh, like I want a New Year's Eve kiss too. And so then that high school friend kisses me. And then I was like, had been drinking a lot. So I remember this is shortly after midnight, I remember walking to the couch and beside Anna. And that's kind of like all I remember from that part of the night. But then at 2 a.m., like Anna and I go home. I don't remember getting changed for bed, but we're in bed and we're kind of debriefing the night. And I said, I can't believe like this friend kissed me. And Anna said, do you remember when I kissed you? And I felt so bad because like I didn't. And so I was like, I didn't want to be rude. So I was just like, oh, like we kissed? And then Anna said, will you remember this? And we made out. And I always said that like when I like knew that I had liked someone, that I feel like my mind would be blank when we kissed. Because like when I'd been kissing guys and stuff, I was just thinking like about like, I don't know, like my day, like my to-do list, like my mind wasn't blank. But then when Anna kissed me, my mind was blank. And then we just like talked about just anything else. And then Anna said like, can I kiss you again? And we made out again. And again, yeah, like my mind was like blank. But in the morning when we woke up, I've like never felt more alone, because if I'd kissed anyone, Anna would be the first person I'd tell. If I kissed a girl, Anna would be the first person I told. And she was the only person I couldn't talk to about this, because we had kissed and made out, and at the same time, like no one else knew that I wasn't straight. And so that was very scary, and I've never felt more alone. And it was like super awkward the next day. And one thing, like later in that day, and we didn't talk about it. That's the thing. We should have talked about it. We didn't talk about it. The only thing, like later in the day, Anna said like, oh, like, did you feel anything? And at that time I hadn't really realized that like I'd felt like my mind was blank. And so that was like, I was feeling something. I just didn't really know at that time. So I said no. when really like I should have like said yes. Like the answer was yes, I just hadn't really pieced it all together. One of my old roommates used to describe it as like white light, where it's like it's white but there's so many colors in there that it's just like you're feeling everything at once. So sometimes that can feel like nothing at all, if that makes any sense. And then so yeah, Anna and I go back to Vancouver, and I like am like kind of freaking out because at this point I've realized that I have a crush on Anna. We've made out, no one knows about it, and I'm just like, this like secret is like eating me alive. And yeah, so I'm freaking out. Then January 27th, 2018, Anna's going out clubbing with like our friends for our friend's like 19th birthday. And keep in mind, I'm still 18, so I can't go. And one of my other friends is 18, so she couldn't go. So we hung out with some people who lived in our residence building, and I tell that friend like, I want to kiss a boy right now, when I was just thinking about Anna the whole time. Like I meant like what I really wanted to say, and what I would say like I guess like now would be I want to kiss Anna right now, but back then I said I want to kiss like a boy right now. And then my friend kissed me, I think just to shut me up. And we'd been drinking like a lot too, and then I think I told that friend that Anna and I had kissed. And then when I woke up in the morning, I was very hungover, and I was worried that that friend kissing me was a dream. And so when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, do I have a crush on that friend too? Like, oh no. And my friend had like forgotten for a while, so I was like, hey, like, did anything happen last night? And the friend was like, no, like, what are you talking about? And then at the like in the evening, the friend was like, we kissed. And I was like, oh, thank god that wasn't a dream. Like, oh my goodness. And it was crazy because that day Anna had also told the friend that we'd kissed. So I felt really bad because I felt like I'd like shared our secret. But then Anna shared the secret at like around the same time too. So that worked out. But it was still kind of seen as like, oh, like, haha, we did this fun thing, we made out, versus like, I have feelings for Anna. February 2nd, 2018, we were at this basketball game. I was struggling with my crush on Anna, and I ended up calling the girl that I had a crush on in high school, who knew that I had been struggling with my sexuality because I told her in like 2015. I'm like, Kristen, I'm at a basketball game. I'm really drunk right now, and I have a crush on Anna. And I don't remember much of that conversation, but we talked for like a while. Anna actually came out and was like, hey Julia, like, where have you been? And I was like, ah. And so I hang up the phone, I enjoy the rest of the basketball game. And then 10 days later, like around February 12th, we, like my friends and I, go out drinking, and at the end of the night, I go into Anna's room, and it's like Anna knew what I was about to say without me saying it. I was like, I had like our wine in like my backpack, and I put it down, and I was like, I need to tell you something. And Anna, it was, yeah, she just like her reaction was if she anticipated what I was about to say. So I said like, I like you, I really like you, and I like you, yeah, like I have a crush on you. And that was a very stressful, like telling Anna that I had feelings for her was a very stressful conversation, because the high school that I went to, you could lose all your friends if you came out as gay. Like all your friends would be like, oh my god, do you have a crush on me? Like that was a very real possibility, was losing your friends. So for me to tell Anna that I had already processed, like, there's a chance that I tell her this information and she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, which was really hard because she was my best friend. And then what Anna did was she gave me a hug and she's like, oh, like, we can still be friends. The night of April 12th, I have one of my last exams, and I want to go out after. It was a really tough exam, and so my friends and I end up drinking in Anna's room. And then we like all leave Anna's room, and I say like, oh, like, do you want to have a sleepover? And Anna says yes. And then I end up sleeping over in Anna's room, and we make out, and Anna says like, oh, like, I don't want to lead you on, and like, you won't lead me on, and it's like, I don't want to lead you on, I'm like, you won't lead me on. And so we make out, and I stay over, and it was, yeah, that was like the next day. I was like so excited because I thought like, oh, maybe this did mean something, and it didn't. So that was very tough. And then 10 days later, like, our friends, we all went skinny dipping, and then Anna and I ended up living together for a couple of months, but nothing else ever happened.